feel like your team maybe matured a little bit?
Well, I mean, it's we have a long way to go. You know, we're still in the tale of two halves, and I thought we did some good things in spurts. You know, the emphasis is, you know, we need to tackle a little bit better. You know, he's a very, very fine player. He's a good player, and you know, some one-on-one tackles we didn't get him down, and then those third and mediums. You know, we got to do a much better job of getting off the field. I think we had six third and 10 pluses in the game. And we were good on those, not converting, but there's a lot of the mediums that we need to do a lot better job of getting off the field to get to, you know, even 4 or 5, you know, third and 10 pluses versus that team. You know, I think the kids did some good things to get those situations. We just need to do a better job of, when we get those 3 and outs and those fields, is flipping the field and creating better field position for the team.
Is there one thing you need to do on those third and mediums to get off the field?
Well, I mean, it's a combination of how we continue to build the rush plan and how that meshes with the back end, you know, and we're still developing guys, and we're still, you know, trying to get the guys in the very best positions of what they're best at, and you know, the balance and act of, if you're bringing 4, if you're bringing 5, if you're bringing 6, the down and distance, the personnel matchups we have on the outside. So it's you know, it's a little bit of a Rubik's Cube of getting it all matched up to getting us in the best position to win those plays.
As his position coach, what was it like for you to see Dez Harris have such a good game after everything he's overcome?
That was unbelievable. You know, when he hasn't played a bunch up till that point, but the way he played, the way he competed, the way he handled himself on the sidelines was great to see. I mean, I haven't been through all the adversity with him while he's been going through it. But to have the resolve and to be able to continue to battle back from setback after setback after setback, and then go out in that environment, in that situation, and pull the ball away from him 2 times was that was a special night for anybody. But to do it on top of the challenges he's had while he's been here, I think it kind of speaks to about what kind of kid he is.
What led to him getting that much playing time the other night?
You know, he's a physical player, and I've been trying to find the right time to get him some more opportunities. Richie got, you know, he left, you know, for a brief time there. I don't remember which quarter it was, maybe the second quarter. But Dez came in, and he played really well. And you know, it's like when a kid's playing well, you let him continue to build the confidence, and you know, he continued to make plays for us.
You've had 3 shutout halves. You know, have you been able to identify what's going on in those other 3 halves that you hadn't been able to get shutouts?
Well, not to be sarcastic, but if I did, man, it would be totally different. It would be totally different. It's you know, this week I'm talking to the kids about it's about us versus us. You know, we've played 3 opponents up till now, and we've used those opponents as our gauge. We've had really good outings in certain halves, and other halves it's really a polar opposite of what we're playing. So I'm asking us to look at ourselves and challenge ourselves, and really the same message last week, you know, is how long can we play? And you know, the kids are responsible. We're going to play as long as it takes, and the time is not of essence. The score is not of essence. We're going to play until the refs tell us to stop playing. And I think that's the message. I think that's the message with young people in general. I think that's the message with football players. I think that's the message with, you know, to me, success and failure sometimes can both be imposters. You know, if we go out and, you know, hang up 60 points, but we give up 59, you know, the world might say we're successful, but, you know, to give up 59 is unsuccessful. So sometimes the results skew how you feel about yourself. But what I want us to look at is to leave the field and think this is the best performance we could have put on tonight. And the result's the result. You know, sometimes the results don't go your way, but to leave the field with that confidence and that stamp of you know, putting the signature on your performance, that's what I want us to be able to do.
With the injuries you've had at cornerback, you've had to play some young and inexperienced guys. How do you think they've handled it, and how do you think they've played the first 3 games?
You know, I think they've done. I think they've handled it well. You know, emotionally. I think at every position when you're not playing the way I think we're capable of playing, I mean, everybody needs to make plays. You know, it goes back to, you got to win your matchup. You know, and we need more guys winning the D-line. We need more guys winning the linebacker. We need more guys winning the back end. When the ball's in the air, we need guys attacking the ball. And football comes down to, you know, a series of one-on-one matchups where there's a winner and a loser. and we need to come out and continue to really focus and stress, that personal matchup of doing your job and then a little bit more.
Looked like LSU, at least in the beginning, was kind of picking on Jamal, and he seemed to respond later in the game. What did you see from him first compared to second half?
The first, the big play, the 3rd and 10, or whatever the down distance it was, they threw the skinny post. He had a shot to make it. It was an excellent throw, and I know we could have done some things, fundamentally or technically a little bit better, but it was good to see him continue to battle. I think that's where you're proud of the guys. We took some shots early. I thought we did. The roughing the kicker was unfortunate. That was a great effort by John, and then to run into him, it's like the ball went right through his midsection. It's unbelievable. I don't know how you missed the ball, but those are things where, on a good day that hits our player, it might fall forward and you pick it up, or you don't give up any points. Unfortunately, we ran into the kicker. They took the points off the board and then proceeded to score. So I'm proud of the guys that they could have made 2 choices walking into halftime. I'm proud that they made the right choice and came out and battled their asses off.
Massachusetts seems to be a really passing-oriented offense there. The way the play breakdowns look like. What have you seen from them offensively?
Well, I think they've been a passing offense a little bit. Florida, played pretty good run defense against them. Boston College was pretty physical up front. Both quarterbacks, I think, are really fine players. The number 2, Combs played the first 2 weeks, and then 7 came in, the lefty, and I thought he played his tail off. He did a great job of he moves in the pocket to throw people open. I think they're doing a nice job I think they've kind of settled into a few of their featured guys in the pass offense, and they're getting the ball to them. So, they've played some really good opponents. They went on the road and earned, or not on the road, but they played FIU and earned their first win. So I'd have to imagine they're feeling pretty good. There's probably a little uncertainty who's going to play quarterback, but I don't think that impacts the teams as much as we all think it does.
Coming off of an SEC game, how do you kind of approach a non-conference game on the road like this?
Well, it goes back to it's us versus us. It really does. I think there's certain times where opponents are relevant, and I think we're at a crossroads right now of, are we going to be opponent driven, or are we going to be driven internally? And I think that's where we need to. I think that's what we need to acknowledge, and we need to say, okay, this is what we're doing well. This is what we need to improve, and we can celebrate the things that we're doing well in the room. You say, these are the guys, we're doing this well with the way we want to be coached. These are the things that we need to correct, because not everything's bad. Not everything's bad. I think we're doing really good things as a defense. We just need to do it on a more consistent basis. So it's about us. It's about us and us personally getting better, and then individuals getting better, and then if individuals get better, collectively we'll all get better.
When you have to preach us versus us, don't worry about other things, how much is that an attribute of a younger team rather than an old veteran team that's kind of been through it?
Yeah, I think a more veteran team, they have some of the scars, and they realize how hard it is to win, and it even becomes harder when you become, emotionally hijacked. Emotionally hijacked good, or emotionally hijacked when things aren't going well. So I think it's, these kids have been playing football their whole life, but they're still so inexperienced when it comes to competitive situations and how to behave when things are good and when things don't go your way. Some people think that, if things don't go your way, that's the only time that it's a challenge. I think there's other challenges when you have success. I think on both ends of the spectrum, you constantly have to be preaching development and understanding and being as consistent as you can, and you can't ride the highs or the lows, because the lows, if you fall to the depths of some of the lows in football, it's hard to pull your ass out of it. So there's that line of consistent improvement, but it's not the roller coaster that sometimes we want to feel. You got to pull yourself back and have a little emotional distance to see the path that we want to stay on.
What are your memories of playing at Gillette Stadium? Do you have any good memories from that?
Yeah, I think we played, I think it was my year 4, might have been, I can't remember, 2003 or 4. I think we're in the divisional playoff game playing against Tom Brady up there. I think it was the coldest game I had ever played in. So I had, you get the, I can't remember what it was like. It's like a balm or a wax, and you wax it all over yourself, because I didn't wear sleeves, so it became a macho thing. I'm not wearing sleeves. And yet, I remember vividly, I had my mouthpiece, you know, a fitted mouthpiece. You take it out, and there's obviously a little bit of spit in it, and you put it back in, and you can't put it in because your impression is frozen. So at that point, you can't use your mouthpiece. And you're like, you know, screw it. But you know, I think it came down to the last play of the game, and if I remember right, I think we threw a ball up, and we might have actually dropped it. But you know, it was one of those. I mean, to walk back in there and know that, you know, to have some of those memories, it was cool, and it's all part of, you know, it's all part of playing football and then going back and revisiting it.